So over here, he's actually like a managing extraordinaire. He's got his own label called Wondercore. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it. I think some of you are working for him. But yeah, he's been managing people like Oscar Keesung and Hiatus Coyote, and he's just absolutely built these people's like careers and absolutely smashed it. We've got Jack the Bear. He has his own mastering studio. He's just an overall inspiration to anyone. He has mastered some incredible albums, like, you know, let's just say, you know, Jet, for one, which is amazing. Good on you. Yeah. We've got Angus, who's lead singer of Sex on Toast, and he has performed with so many people, like, honestly. I had to cut down his list because it was that long. It was just incredible. Steve Ward is just the most phenomenal techno producer ever, I think. And he's also been, you know, active, like starting his own label as well.
My best advice to anybody that wants to start a record label is don't. There's obviously two ways of looking at this. If you're maybe don't have the skills of maybe writing music and you go, oh, hey, I know a lot of people that do, or I've got a specific idea of maybe a niche in the market, I want to start something that doesn't exist or help my friends out, I definitely say that that's a good idea to start a label and try to push that yourself. But if you're a musician and you want to, maybe you're not getting opportunities by other labels, or maybe you're sending demos to people and they're not getting back to you and all that kind of thing, you know, it's not a good idea to start your own label, in my opinion, because that's what everybody does. So the whole thing about record labels is about leveraging their networks for your own good and for your profile.
So, you know, you've got to be bold, be smart, go out there, find your thing, but also have a plan in place so that, you know, if you do crash and burn, don't completely fucking crash and burn and kill yourselves. You know, break a leg, break an arm, go in the hospital for a while, and come out and fucking get on your scooter and off you go. When you guys move on to graduate, regardless of where you want to go, what you want to do, the most important skill you need to have is to have good people skills and good relationship skills. Steve spoke about it before about, you know, leveraging the network. You know, how do you lever a network? By creating relationships with people.
What sort of things do you look for when you are hiring interns or when you are looking for people to work for you?
I've probably had 6 or 7 interns over the last 3 years, and in different stages, some out of this course, some out of different schools, some people just off the street, some people someone's brother. And I think what I've learned out of that is like, oh, how do I not waste their time or my time? And the best thing to do is be really upfront, be really transparent, say when you don't know, don't be afraid, and know what your skills are and what they aren't. And be really clear of like, I want to learn this. And maybe you don't, be like, I think I want to do this. And like after a little while, you get a bit clearer on it, you know, but just being really transparent with it, always be there on time, be really upfront with them. You know, so it's really important, just like a Louis C.K. quote, that when he was in, forget Joan Rivers, she was in Vegas, and he was like kicked out of the shitty comedy hall, and she's like, what are you doing? What are you quitting? You can't quit the shitty gig. I'm doing the big room, but you know, in 5 years' time, you'll be doing the big room, and I'll be doing the shitty small room. You got to remember the names of the people on the way up, you know, so you can ask them for a favor on the way back down. That's a really important thing, because like especially this industry, like if you go up, just as far as you go up, you'll go straight back down at some point.
You should be chasing your dreams, whatever they are. It's very easy to get divided between the safe option of getting a degree, getting the normal job, particularly if you guys are creative and artistic types of people, and culturally we don't see art as a valid kind of job. And, you know, there's so much negativity and fear pumped into you about, you know, you've got to get a mortgage and this is going up, that's going up. The most important fucking thing in your life is to be motherfucking happy. That's it. And what makes you happy? You know, you don't, it's not one day when I become a singer or I become a fucking songwriter. You just have to chase it, all right? Don't go the soft option. As you know, Will Smith said, you know, don't have a plan B because you're not focusing on plan A. So you guys just have to go out there and do it. If you love it, if it's what gives you a heart on in the morning, if it's what gets you really excited, you fucking do it. You go out there and do it. But you can do it sustainably. You know, you chase your art, you have to do a little bit of work on the side to kind of, you know, pay your bills and eat. And you might not have the most amazing lifestyle, but you know what? I'd rather fucking live richly than be rich. And you can't buy that shit. Job satisfaction, doing what you love.